So now I'd like to show you how the system cabinet works. I have my M series here. Okay, don't worry if you're looking at it and thinking there's not enough room in there for my particular bunches of keys, because we have different sizes dependent on the number of keys you need us to manage. This particular system here will hold between 10 and 20 bunches of keys. The next system size up is our S series cabinet, which will hold between 10 and 60 bunches of keys. And the biggest cabinet of our range is the L series, which will hold between 10 and 180 bunches of keys. So ultimately, it doesn't matter how many key bunches that you've got, we can store them and accommodate them within the system, because we build each of our systems in modules of 10. So if in this case you had 90 bunches of keys, we would recommend our L series cabinet populated with 9 rows, and we'll blank the rest off and you can add to them when you need to. So in this case, you only buy what you need. Now in this case here, I've got my cabinet. The most important thing with any system is how do we identify ourselves to it. Now I noticed on your front door that there is actually an access control system that your staff use their cards to gain entry to the building. Well, ultimately, and if it's okay with you, we'd like to use that same card as our means of gaining access to this. Okay? If that's not appropriate, we can use user-defined PIN codes. We can introduce another system for you, another card or another token. Or alternatively, we could enrol everybody's fingerprint and use their fingerprint as a means of gaining access. For Traka, it doesn't matter. The same process will always apply, but we want to try and make it more appropriate for you to integrate existing technologies if that's available for us to do so. In this case, I've just got a proximity token, okay, and a reader on the side of the cabinet, which when I present myself to it, the system will then know who I am. So in this case, I present my token, the door pops open, and the system display tells me who I am, which is Paul Mazaher, and which keys I currently hold, which is none. Now above each individual key location, you'll notice that there's a red LED or a green LED. This will indicate keys that I am authorised to take or that I'm not authorised to take based on my profile. So obviously a red light indicates a key I'm not authorised to take, and when I push the button to request it, it tells me that I'm not authorised, I'm not allowed that key. But I can take number 9. Basically, you'll notice here that it's telling me that this key bunch is due back at 11:04 because I've set a curfew on that particular bunch of keys. Now a curfew can be set against an individual or a key bunch itself, and it can be set in intervals of 15 minutes up to 24 hours. From your perspective as the administrators of the organisation, you will be able to determine how long a bunch of keys should be out for and know when an individual hasn't returned it within that time period that you have deemed suitable. The system can deliver that through the software or even via an email. Now I've got this particular key bunch here, and you'll notice that attached to the key bunch is this silver bullet looking device, which is called our iFob. The iFob itself is a nickel-plated brass tube. It's very, very strong and robust. It's designed to be as strong as, if not stronger than, the keys it's attached to. You can drop it from a height, you can throw it in a puddle of water, you can run over it if necessary. It will still work. It's very, very strong. And we attach the keys to our iFobs using a tamper-proof security seal. Now the iFob itself actually has a chip inside it, which has got a guaranteed unique serial number. The cabinet itself reads that serial number, associates it to the correct position within the cabinet that we've set, and more importantly, associates it to the key bunch that we've attached it to. So you will always know if that iFob's gone, the keys have gone with it. The system reads that iFob when it's in, and it knows when it's gone. So that full audit is taken from when that iFob is removed and when it's returned. Now, I've got position number 9. You obviously all saw me take it. On the front of this cabinet here, I have a polycarbonate clear door. Polycarbonate is the same material that they make police riot shields from. It's very, very robust and strong. And the beauty of it is it allows us to visually look into the cabinet and know which keys are present and which have been taken. Traka can offer a steel door if it's more appropriate for added levels of security. But in this case here, you can see through the door and notice that position number 9 has been taken. By simply inquiring on the keypad who currently has position number 9, the system display will tell me that it's out of the system, the description of that key, so in this case the registration of the vehicle that was related to that position, the fact in this case that it's due back at 11:04 under curfew, and more importantly that Paul Mazaher has it and he took it at 10:49. That information is instantly available here, but all of the information that's taken place and all the transactional data that have taken place from day dot when the system was first installed is maintained in the Traka 32 software, which I will show you a bit later on. Now when I'm finished with that key, I obviously need to return it. And simply by presenting myself to the system cabinet again for identification, the system knows again who I am, and more importantly in this case, that I currently hold position number 9. You'll also notice that position number 9 has an amber LED against the position as opposed to red or green, because that's the key bunch that I'm currently holding. Now by returning that key bunch, I need to return it to the correct location, but in this case, I actually make a mistake and return it to the incorrect location. the system display tells me that you need to move it from position 13 to position number 9. And it also gives me an opportunity to demonstrate my favourite Traka feature to you, which is you'll notice a line in LEDs from where the position is to where it needs to go. By simply removing the key from the incorrect location and returning it to the correct location, the system goes beep. I'm no longer responsible for that key bunch. The responsibility lies now with the organisation that bought Traka. Now that's the end of the presentation. I just hope you realise how simple and straightforward that actually is. More importantly, how simple and straightforward it is for your users, because they're the ones who need to use this on a regular basis, and they're the people we need to make sure are able to use it. Are there any questions on that so far?